And the music skipped twice or like three times in the intro. How is that even possible? It ran perfectly before the show. And I did all kind of tweaks to the hard drive and stuff to make this work better, which it looks like it's working better. But to be honest, it's a lot like having the world's fastest horse and buggy against automobiles. We're still dealing with low rent boomer tech here. Anyway, welcome to the show. The title of tonight's show, Over the Horizon. So we want to try and look ahead, see what's going on. But before we do that, we want to do a little week in review. Last week we had the train wreck, the Super Bowl, what I call the Super Bowl for the mentally ill. When I let OV fuck you come on, a lot of people. Paxton, I thought you went to sleep, Boomer. You said you were going to take a nap, and now you show up in the chat. But the thing about these shows and being around these circles is that you know people from their screen names, and then it's like it's a magic internet club, right? It's a secret club on the internet, and you know who's who. And some people that are like relatively new to the channel don't know. I'm just like shouting out words or whatever, and they're screen names of people who may or may not show up in the chat, but others know them. So OV, whose full screen name is OV fuck you, is one of those characters, and he decided to I don't know, man, do like a kamikaze thing last week, and I said, you know what, I could beat this guy with half my brain tied behind my back, and not only did I know it, but he knew it too. Like he was way back during the original Duvid stream. He caught the tail end of that, and he knew exactly what he was going up against. But they push him forward, and then of course into the buzzsaw he went. Speaking of Bob Paxton, the best comment on any of my videos. By the way, smash up the like button, everybody, and leave a comment if you want. But certainly smash up the like button. Bob Paxton, he's the highlighted comment from last week, and I'll read it to you. Bob Paxton writes, in this episode, EHS, Exempt Human Specimen, reaches out to an Antifa/Nazi member from the vibrant bisexual community of North Dakota, an alcohol-fueled melding of the minds that actually disabled the interwebs for a bit. It's the feel-good stream of February. Sorry, I was sleeping when it was live. Well, you're a boomer. Despite the New York brainiac getting scammed out of his initial BTC hoard, he remains a true believer. Will Exempt Human Specimen convince Caesar the Nazi Antifa Tim Pool impersonator to join him in BTC or Bitcoin Brotherhood? Only 1 hour into the replay, and I can't wait to learn the truth. But 3 hours and 30 minutes is a bit much. And then it closes with educational, maybe. Entertaining, absolutely, as all Fed streams are. And that was probably the best comment. There were like 6 other comments from HIV positive. Hey, how's it going, bro? Welcome to the show. There were like 6 other comments on last week's stream, but they were all from Claire Call, so I counted as one comment. It's Claire. She's coming to, I don't know, save OV from me or something. I'm not sure what she was doing. The Fed streams that there was a lot of fun, and but you know, when people And that's the reason why I could get like toasted on that one is because I'm not driving. Like I could drink as much as I want. And I really used to go, on his channel and like battle with like 5 or 6 people at the same time at night in the rain, 185 miles from home, like driving back from Boston or Virginia or Hartford or Baltimore or something. And I did it to keep myself up and awake. I'd be yelling and screaming to get my adrenaline going and stuff, staying alert in a 10 or 12 hour day. And it was, it was better than anything that, entertainment I could find otherwise. So that's what I used to do. And then, now he's been showing up in OV's been showing up in Pole's chat, and then Pole, sends everybody over here. So now, listen, it's not like the feds didn't know where my channel was. And this is the other crazy thing about that whole thing. I looked through the week, like as I was like, how many views did that get, And like all my other videos are getting like 25 views, 28 views, 30 views. That one got like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 105, 110, 120, 121. And then boom, it fell back to 116. So, and I thought to myself, I was like, can you believe that YouTube and Google is doing this? This is the microest of micro channels. It has 29 subscribers. 29 subscribers. At least that's what it tells me. But just another lesson in this social media world, you are not seeing reality, not at all. And that the metrics or the measurements, the yardsticks you use to judge anything, you just have to throw out, because you are not at all seeing any sort of clear fact-based picture. So you have to remind yourself of that. That's why I said you have to be willing to scream into the void. You're gonna be censored, even down to a micro channel like this. They're gonna remove comments. They're gonna do all sorts of things. You know what I mean? And for what? Well, because this is what they want to do. So if you're going to do commentary or whatever you're going to do, and you're thinking, well, this is important for people to know, and I've got notes here, and I have this spectacular insight, and this needs to be written down in the historical record. You're absolutely doing it wrong, because if you have the wrong opinions, no one's going to get your message, or they may get your message, but you won't. The platform will show you only part of it, so you don't really know what effect you're having or not having. That's why you have to be just. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, whether there's people watching or there's not people watching. Right? Certainly, nothing I say is going to win a popularity contest. But you have to be willing to go forward, even for zero feedback and zero reward. That's the best way to do this. And a lot of these other people, guys like OV and all the people around them, they're always so busy reading the chat. They're, like, what are people, they get deep into their neuroses on, because the chat is like the subtext of a conversation, or it's like the background conversation in a party or something like that. That's the fun of small micro streams like this, and the people around them. You're always around the same people. It's like a party. Everybody sort of kind of knows everybody, and you're in the secret internet club. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of fun. It's more fun and more interactive than a lot of other things, than tons of other things. So rather than just sitting there being a passive consumer of some content, if you're in a micro stream, you're not in a channel with 100, 500, 1,000 people in the chat. Nothing you say is ever going to be paid attention to. But if there's only like this, if chat's got 6 people or 8 people, anything you write, other people can respond to. You know what I mean? People, they'll put arrows up to what you just posted or whatever. So it's a more fun. It's more interactive. So that's the fun of doing this. But you still have to be willing to do this as if there's 0 viewers and no one's ever going to give you a thumbs up or no one's going to give you a like or anything like that. You have to be willing to go forward with this, because if you're not, then you're going to be knocked into your own head and get all neurotic and stuff, and then you're going to fuck it up. And the way to be good at this is to just go, 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 go. You know what I mean? Drop down, what the English say, drop down a gear and go like fuck. You know what I mean? It's like they're talking about stick shift cars or manual transmission cars. If you're not going fast enough, drop down a gear, punch the accelerator and go like fuck. So that's what you have to be willing to do. That's like the mindset you need to have. And just try to keep it on the road. Try not to go into a ditch, which occasionally I have done. But I don't have the same exaggerated sense of self that a lot of people do. I have a sense of self, certainly, but I don't have the exaggerated sense of self that many others do. So, again, to carry from last week, what happened? Monday of last week, Bitcoin. Elon Musk, Tesla bought Bitcoin, right? Last week, what was it? Bitcoin was $38,000. This week, $48,000. Up 10,000 in 1 week. Its highest weekly gain, I think, in its history. $10,000. So does that kind of show that I think I know what I'm talking about? That the ideas that I'm talking about are reality based? That reality is conforming to how I describe it, or my descriptions conform to reality? Certainly does. People get a bunch of things wrong here. One of the things they get wrong is Elon Musk bought Bitcoin. Certainly he probably did in his personal account. But what's more important is Tesla bought Bitcoin. Now, Elon Musk, I think, is currently the wealthiest man on the planet Earth. It's him and Jeff Bezos, they battle it out. They're both Jewish. But Elon Musk, by the way, the richest African American on the planet Earth. He's born in South Africa, so that makes him African, and now he's an American citizen, so he's an African American. And as a point of pride, the richest African American on the face of this earth is a white guy. So, even white people are even better at being African Americans than the African Americans. Cheers. But the significance of Tesla buying Bitcoin is the corporation bought Bitcoin, which means the board of directors had to get together. There's meetings, there's legal procedures, there's all kinds of stuff. And Tesla did not buy Bitcoin to sell it down the road for a 50% profit or 100% profit. Tesla is the Bitcoin that they bought, the 1.5 billion with a B, the $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin they bought, they're going to hang on to for at least 5 years. At least 5 years. Which means the number go up, NGU number go up, and it's going to stay up. Because Bitcoin is not selling, and MicroStrategy is not selling, and these other corporations that get in will not sell. In Bitcoin Twitter, they're talking about there's ideas of a super cycle coming, a run-up that's going to be insane, and it's going to go up and it's going to stay up. And that is very likely because the small players, the bit players aren't here anymore. There's still market manipulations, and they're trying to manipulate the market. I'm going to play some audio in a bit from later in the week, right after. I think it was either Tuesday or Wednesday. Tell you what, let's see if this will work on. This is my. This was from what, CNBC. I think it was Monday afternoon. Bitcoin Bombshell was the name of the segment. And you got a guy. I'm going to play the audio, and I want you. It's only 1 minute and 15, so not too long. But let's hear the reaction of Wall Street to that news.
Yeah, if you think that the U.S. Treasury and the U.S. government is going to let this thing get out of hand, where literally corporates are starting to replace dollars
what can they do at this point?
They can regulate the hell out of it, is what they can do. And we've already seen that. I mean, we've seen it to some extent. I'm just telling you. I mean, they're going to let the dollar fall away from being the reserve currency for the world. So right now, we are in a bit of a euphoric state. I mean, when you think about, what are we talking about here? We're talking about Tesla and we're talking about Bitcoin. These are two risk assets that have gained more than $1 trillion combined in like the last 6 months, and it's all based on hopium. And I don't mean to hate on all of this. all these people who are making a ton of money on both of these things just understand that there's got to be some sort of gravity that takes hold at some point, and the two of them combined make for, I think, a really difficult situation if they both start going down together. And the ripple effects that we will see across currency markets, financial markets, and the such could be really great. No one is talking about it right now. There are no more naysayers in Bitcoin. So I would just say to you, have at it at 45,000, because you've taken out everybody who thinks it's a scam.
Yeah, it is approaching 45,000 as we speak.
So you hear the concern? Oh, what if Bitcoin and Tesla go down at the same time? What do you mean? The panic in his voice. What do you mean it's going to replace the dollar as the world reserve currency? When I say that, you think, oh, James is fucking crazy. He's a fucking lone fucking whack job. Now here's a fucking big shot stockbroker, and he was in like, he wasn't in a suit because that's too stuffy. Like, he's in a sport coat. He had a button-down shirt but no tie, and he's like, they don't even know how to fucking appear. They don't even know what image to present. And he says the word hopium, which is totally a crypto word. You know what I mean? A social media word, hopium, like smoking opium, smoking hopium. They're fucking panicked. When I tell you Bitcoin is going to replace the US dollar as the world's reserve currency, they fucking know it. Well, the Asian girl says, well, what are you going to do about it? We're going to get the government. We're going to get the government. Ah! Like they think it's like GameStop. We're going to make them regulated. You ain't going to do fuck all, you fucking faggot. We're coming for you. We're going to fucking destroy you. Do you remember that meme where Donald Trump was in the limo, right? Donald Trump was in the limo, and he's actually giving the thumbs up. And it said, we're going to make America great again. But somebody changed the meme, and they photoshopped a gun into Donald Trump's hand. And the meme was, get in, pussy. We're going to make America great again. Well, guess what? Get in, pussy. We're going to destroy the U.S. Federal Reserve. That's the fucking meme. And believe me, this is no fucking meme. They know it's real. Oh, but what if Tesla and Bitcoin go down? This is Wall Street. They brought you the mortgage meltdown of 2008. This is too big to fail. This is Bernie Madoff. This is Ivan Boesky. This is insider trading, right? This is manipulation. Bob Paxton and these other boomers with their fucking gold and their silver coins. This is manipulation of the metals market, right? This is Robinhood app. They're concerned. Oh, but America, we're so concerned for you. Please don't make this mistake, America. Please, okay, you've won. You've convinced everyone. $45,000 Bitcoin. Oh, okay, stop now. You can just let it go. You can just sell it. Just get rid of it. Don't ever fucking sell. Do not fucking sell. There's going to be a psychological campaign to get you to fucking sell. Trade it now. It's going to go down. There's hidden hands behind the scenes fucking with you. Do not fucking sell. HODL. Hold on for dear life. Do not fucking sell. Do not sell. Do not sell. When Wall Street cocksuckers tell you that they're concerned about we're just concerned about the world economy. What if Tesla goes down? What, the toy car factory? The toy car factory goes down? What do you give a shit? The entire U.S. mortgage industry melted down, and all you said was, gives me that. Gives me fucking money. Gives me trillions. You weren't concerned then. Ivan Boesky, you're not concerned. Bernie Madoff, you're not concerned. But all of a sudden, this little thing. This little way, I got to hold it the right way so people can see it. Now you're concerned about that. Yeah, you should be concerned, motherfucker. That's not some random... That stock market guy is not some random stock market guy. This is exactly what they're talking about. They are dreading this. They have no answer for this. This is what I was telling OV. This is honestly what I should have been saying earlier, but I listened to dopier people. So this is my worldview. And the reason why it's my worldview is because it matches reality, okay? It matches reality, okay? Listen, HIV positive. It's Rothschild PSYOP. Yeah. Listen, all mentally ill people in the chat, you know what I mean? You can You can do whatever you want to do. You can, I don't know, let's see. When I read the chat, this is a lot of times what I see. A lot of times what I see is, what do I see? This right here. Come on, open up. This is all supposed to be working so much better. This is supposed to be super cool and high tech. This is super cool and high tech, and it's working better. I think it's not really. Yeah, boomer glasses. People like this is what you got. This is like he's almost 60 and he wears glasses. That shows that he must. That shows that he must be wrong. That's the level of logic. Well, your eyes eventually got old, like every human being's eyes get old, right? This is you. What's Pepe drinking? What's in the box? What's drinking retard juice? I'm drinking Ouzo. Pepe is drinking retard juice, and you have to drink retard juice to be in the chat sometime. Now, listen, everybody drinks retard juice. I've seen some of my old streams. Some of this, I've done retarded things online, but don't overdose. Okay, don't you may have to go to Retard Juice Anonymous. You know what I mean? You may have to go. Friends of Bill. This would be like Friends of Pepe. Where everybody has to go and admit that you're addicted to retard juice. Try not to become addicted to retard juice. Be responsible. Don't drink retard juice and drive. You know what I mean? Don't handle firearms after you're drinking retard juice. You know what I mean? Don't operate heavy equipment when you're on the retard juice. Make sure you're safe and relaxed at home. You know what I mean? And everything's done and there's no open flames going, in the house. And just enjoy some retard juice. That's fine, but don't overdose on it, okay? Do not overdose, all right? It's very, very, very important. Okay. Mrs. Assad, welcome to the show. Still trying to convince the hubby. I thought you had pulled that off. I think a couple of other females that I know, one IRL, and I think Holly. I think Holly pulled the trigger on this, but I cannot say for certain. And I'm not asking. I'm not fishing for that at all, because ultimately this is for people who if I'm going to motivate the chat, this may be quite possibly the only way I can motivate the chat for you to understand. And this is what you think I don't feel this. This is 100% the way I think. This is 100%. Come on, show me. I'll do it like this. Here we go. I grabbed this. Twitter is still pretty good for so many things. Right on the left, an article from the Jewish Forward, the Jewish story behind the U.S. Federal Reserve Bank, and then on the right from the Anti-Defamation League of the B'nai B'rith, Jewish control of the Federal Reserve, a classic anti-Semitic myth. Right. So we all know this. So if you want to destroy Jewish power, you must destroy the US dollar, okay? And the way that's done is you need an alternative system of value that is not controlled by a hostile, rootless, international cosmopolitan elite. Okay? I don't trade too many stocks. I haven't done stocks in a long time. Just Bitcoin. The stock market is rigged. The stock market is run by Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan is run by Jamie Dimon, who's it's Diamond. It's not Diamond. It's Jamie Dimonopoulos. He's actually Greek. Interestingly, the most hated CEO on Wall Street. Amazingly, the only CEO on Wall Street that's not Jewish, but he's the most hated. So I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you when I tell you I view buying Bitcoin and holding Bitcoin as an act of anti-Semitism, right? I have to sell my labor, my ability to drive up and down carrying boxes. I have to sell my labor for green pieces of paper that are controlled by people who hate me and want me dead. They want me broken dead. They want my children raped and brainwashed, and they think it's funny. Why should I participate in that system? And everyone that enforces this system, whether it's the pension mercenaries, locally that stand by, well, BLM burns down, city after city after city, or the pension mercenaries who welcome the unarmed Trump supporters, the insurrectionists, the domestic terrorists who flooded Washington, D.C. They just all forgot to bring their guns, right? They're all crazy wild domestic terrorists who want to overthrow the government, but they stopped at the border of Washington, D.C. and didn't bring any guns into D.C. because, strict gun laws. Yeah, those guys, right? Those pension mercenaries and the tools of the oligarchs, the Cuomos, all these judges, all these people who are living good or very good lives in the current system. I don't want to be part of that. The only reason why they're doing what they're doing is because they're getting something of value for their service, right? For violating your civil rights, for suppressing your free speech, suppressing your gun rights, violating your rights of privacy, all of that, okay? And guys like OV and other ones are always trying to get you to incriminate yourself. You know what I mean? They're trying to, they get people on streams. They act like fucking jerks. They act like fucking retards. And then people say and do shit on a live stream. And these police agents, and OV is a police agent. He's not a police officer. He didn't go to the academy. He didn't, none of that stuff. But he works for them. Okay. And they monitor all his communications and everybody in the chat, and everything you ever said and everything you ever wrote is somewhere in somebody's file. And good luck explaining that. It's all ironical, right? I'm just watching. I'm looking up here for me. How many viewers I had? I had 9 viewers. Now I got 5 viewers. Yeah. Okay. You know what I mean? You can't trust these metrics. Good night, Paxson, you boomer. Leave a funny comment. You're very good. Best commenter of 2021. So if you want to mitigate, if you want to destroy elite power, you have to destroy their method of control. Their method of control is financial. No one loves their ideas. No one thinks, go, I'm so lucky I was born to be a slave to the Jews. No one thinks, oh man, let me sing a chorus of hosannas, for my fate that my children will take hormone blockers, cut off their genitals, and wear fucking dresses. Well, that'll be my sons. My daughters, on the other hand, will join the Marines and go fight in fucking Iran or whatever fucking shithole on the other side of the world that Tel Aviv wants fucking destroyed. Nobody cheers that. You know what I mean? So if you want to do something that is anti-Semitic, buy Bitcoin. If you want to take down the elites, you buy Bitcoin. Now, I don't care if you don't want to do that, you just want to get rich. Hey, buy Bitcoin. You know what I mean? You want a Lambo? You want a Lamborghini? Lambo, right? You want to snort cocaine out of the ass crack of a supermodel? Okay, I don't care why you do it. I don't care why you do it, but I suggest you do it. And this is why I'm completely separated from all these fucking ideologues. I am done with your shit tier ideology, your 1930s politics. I am done with all of that. I don't care why people buy Bitcoin. I just want them to buy Bitcoin. Okay? I want them to escape debt slavery. I want them to escape debt-based currency. And I don't care what their motivation is. There's no ideological litmus test. Just do it, okay? So you say, well, I just bought Bitcoin. You know what? Buy more, okay? Reach into your sofa cushions, right? And dig around and find that change. Take that change and go buy Bitcoin. Go into your closet, right? Go. You know how sometimes you find like a $20 bill in an old suit jacket or a pair of slacks or something like that? You know what? Go to your closet again. See if you can find some fucking money and then go buy Bitcoin. Sell shit you don't need. Get the fuck out of debt. Don't buy anything new. And trade this worthless fiat currency for something that has that has global value, that is permissionless and cannot be stopped. And if that is not a good enough motivation for the Looney Tunes in this chat, then there is no motivation. Sit there and whine and cry and do that. But I'm not joining you. I'm done. I am out. I'm bouncing. Right? So you hope OV isn't a Fed. He's not an actual Fed, but he's a Fed. He works for the Feds. All right? Speaking of which, I was, what was it, the other night? I was coming back from Dulles, and when was that? Saturday. Here, perfect example of how, when I say you don't want to live like me. Last week, there's a way for me to check my income on an app, right? And I looked, and because I have to put in these paper manifests, I have to submit them, and blah, 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 it gets processed. I have some idea what I'm going to make week to week once I'm done filling out my manifests. And then on Wednesday, I get to check to see how close I am to what I'm supposed to get. Well, I checked on Wednesday, and my check that I got this Friday was 40% lower. And I saw that on Wednesday. I'm like, what the fuck? So I immediately called management, and I said, hey, listen, little bit of an issue because my check's going to be light this week, this, that, and the other. They said, well, how light? I said, like 40% light. You know what I mean? They're like, wow, hold on. And they went and they checked, and they're like, oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, sorry. You know what happened is the number was X, and we thought it was X, and blah, 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 blah. Now, luckily, I didn't have to pay rent, and I have some money saved. But when I say you don't want to live the way I live, you don't want to live the way I live. There are fixed expenses. And if your income is going like this, okay, it's very difficult, and it would be impossible or nearly impossible to do this with a wife and children. Okay. Now, Saturday, my week begins, and Sunday. Saturday and Sunday of this week, Saturday and Sunday just passed, I made like 70% of my previous week in the first 2 days of this week. So, like, you know, it's to live this way. You don't want to live this way, and they're going to force everyone to live this way. I tweeted out because there was a news article that don't worry, everyone. All the refugees flying into America will have COVID vaccine because COVID is a money grab. They're again robbing the public treasury. They're robbing tax dollars. They're giving it to the healthcare agents, whatever, the HMOs, the pharmaceutical companies, right, to pay for this vaccine that they're going to give to the people in the third world, right? And so that they can bring the third worlders here so that they can compete for your job at lower wages, right? So when somebody from Congo or Nigeria or fucking Guatemala or Mumbai or Vietnam or whatever, who lives on $2 a day, comes here and finds out that they can get paid $9 an hour, this is a fortune to them. They could be happier. They can't wait to work for $9 an hour, even though $15 or $16 is like the minimum you can make as a living wage. But the Vietnam guy doesn't care. The guy from the Bangladesh or fucking, but they don't fucking care. The guy from Guatemala, he don't care because he's used to living on $2 a day. To make $9 an hour is a fortune to him. But it's going to bring you down. So the elites are using your tax dollars to bring in the very people they're going to use to reduce your wages and your salaries, okay? By giving them COVID vaccine. They're going to say, don't worry about COVID vaccine. By the way, COVID vaccine, instant citizenship, welfare, WIC, EBT, SNAP, all that shit. Do you see how this works? Do you understand how it all works? It's still all a money grab. There was another thing, Jeff Bezos, who makes $8,900,000 every hour. There's Amazon has a service for, like, if you wanted to do it, you had a small car and you wanted to deliver Amazon packages on the side as a side job. It's called Amazon Flex. Amazon Flex drivers apparently can get tipped. You can tip them somehow. I don't know how, because it's not available around here. It's only available in certain markets. But it's come out that Amazon, Jeff Bezos, has stolen the tips from the Amazon Flex drivers. They're like $60,000 or $70,000, or 50 or 60,000 million. Sorry, $50 or $60 million worth of tips stolen by a man who makes $8.9 million an hour. This is the world you live in. Why would you not want to buy fucking Bitcoin? Why would you want to continue with this? How fucking, like, you want to talk about IQ this, IQ that. How fucking stupid are you? Why would you want to continue in that system? Why would you want your children or your grandchildren to continue in that system? That's suicidal. You would talk about fucking suicidal people. You're fucking suicidal. Get on the exit ramp. And I know, Bitcoin's 50,000 now, you can't buy it. When it was $10,000 in October, you had a different set of excuses. Every time it's presented to you, you come up with here's my excuses. You're like, the dog ate my homework. Oh, here's my excuses. I missed the bus. Nobody gives a shit about your excuses. Bitcoin doesn't give a shit about your excuses. And as the Weimar conditions intensify, no one's going to give a shit. While you're fucking sitting there with your fucking thumb up your ass, making excuses, nobody fucking cares. And no one's going to have any sympathy for you because you've been told. I've screamed at people. I've yelled at fucking spit flying off my fucking lips. I fucking begged. And you listen, you want to stay a slave to the Jews? Some people love slavery. So some people love their chains. They really do. Some people love their chains. It gives them a sense of security, gives them a sense of identity. It gives them a place in society that's certain. You know what I mean? Something that is certain but uncomfortable is preferable to many people to something that is uncertain but maybe comfortable. So, and you have to decide if that's you or that's not you. Okay, let's stop sharing this one. And I want to do more Cartoon Frog stuff because we're trying to tune friendly, realizing that, here, let's go with this one. I meant to do this this is what I meant to do last week. And I didn't get the disco music. I didn't get anything going last week. It's fucking disaster last week. Yeah, Chrome tab. I don't know. This does seem to be working moderately better. Not like good for real show, but good for my show. You know what I mean? This is technically not a real show. So there's a lot of people who are Jesus people. And that's Jesus and Pepe walking together. That's a common meme that where sometimes it says best friends, R-E-Ns, best F-R-E-Ns. So Jesus and Pepe are cool with each other. You know what I mean? I'm not really cool with Jesus, but we're not talking about Pepe. There's a lot of different kinds of Pepes. You know what I mean? If the Christian theology is what guides your life, if this is what gives you meaning and direction and whatever reinforces the virtue of your life, you know what I mean, or inspires you to act in a virtuous fashion, then listen, you can be a cartoon frog walking with Jesus. Let him be your guide. You could still be a cartoon frog. It's not, one is not exclusive to the other. Obviously, you're not going to see a picture of me and Jesus walking together. But hey, you can't have everything, right? So for anyone who says, listen, Jesus Christ is King, he's my Lord, my personal Lord and Savior, understand that you can still be a cartoon frog. You can still be a Pepe and be a Christian. There is no, one is not exclusive to the other. Just so my niece knows that, and all these other people know that might think, hey, because there's some people who watch this show that are probably thinking, am I a cartoon frog? Am I really? Am I a Pepe? Am I some kind of Pepe? Am I some kind of cartoon frog? Am I some kind of anti-Semitic cartoon frog? And they're trying to answer that question, but they have to answer it in light of, well, what do I believe in? How do I live my life? Well, if what you believe is in Christian theology, you can be a Pepe and still be a Christian. Okay. This is absolutely doable. It's completely doable. So to remove the anxiety there, you can be a Pepe. You can walk with your personal Lord and Savior. Or what else can we do? What else can we do? Can we do this? Other people, however, are perhaps not so peaceful. This is Pepe as a crusader, right? A crusader, fighting for his homeland, fighting for Kekistan. Kekistan and the Kekistani people are largely, I think at least 85% of them are cartoon frogs. And you can clearly see that Pepe, Pepe is not playing around. He's not joking. He has come with the sword, which is, Jesus has told you, if you do not have a sword, or actually Jesus said, if you do not have Bitcoin, sell your cloak and buy some. But it's been lost in translation. Nonetheless, if you are maybe not a passive Jesus following Pepe, but something a little bit, maybe you lift weights, maybe you're a little bit more of high testosterone, and you're looking to directly impact, your own future, and you're willing to put yourself out there. Well, then there's cartoon frogs that are not fucking around. This Pepe is not fucking around. He did not come to play. He did not come to play. So keep in mind there are a wide variety of Pepes, both on the internet and in the real world. However, we have to be mindful, right? You have to be mindful because you're going to run into some other things. You're going to run into some other stuff. So you may be thinking to yourself, hey, dude, I really think I'm a cartoon frog. I think I'm a cartoon frog, and I want to be on the internet talking to other cartoon frogs. You know what I mean? However, you got to be careful. There are people who appear to be Pepes, but are in fact Feds. That's people like OV. What was his name? I can't remember the other guy. The drug addict guy from Staten Island. I can't remember his name right now. There's different ones. They will say to you what you want to hear, but the entire time they're looking to set you up. They're looking to put you in a jackpot. So be aware that the police forces that work for the Federal Reserve will mimic our memes. They will mimic the type of content we like or dislike. They'll learn to post things that sound sort of good, but you always need to maintain some skepticism, particularly online, because, like I pointed out at the beginning of the show, they will manipulate all sorts of things. So let's take a look in the chat. Wallace Wisdom, question for James. Why are you angry all the time? What do you do for fun or to enjoy your time? I make angry videos, Wallace Wisdom. That's what I do for fun. Wilhelmsburg, I can't even fucking come close to that. Jimmy thought rare Pepes would increase in hold value just like BTC. See now, okay. So whatever, Viking helmet guy in the chat. The rare Pepe thing, that's a joke. In Israel, they tried to sell cheap digital images like they were expensive art. This was an attempted scam that was started in Israel and went nowhere. And that's part of what drove Pepe. The widespread adoption of it is that people were ruthlessly mocking this. So, and Villahajar, whatever the guy, Viking name guy, he came over with OV. So I got to think he's a cop. There's no way I cannot think he's a cop. I never seen this guy before. They just show up. Wallace Wisdom, same thing. All these fucking names in the chat. Like I said earlier, I would scream into the void. I'm not here to be popular. So if I got 9 viewers or 99 viewers or 999 viewers, it's not going to affect what I say in any great degree. Okay. I don't think, oh boy, they like me. They really like me. I don't give a fuck if you like me or you don't like me. You don't pay my fucking rent. You don't have you've done nothing to fucking help me in fucking life. You shut up and chat and type some shit. Well, I don't know, maybe your participation fucking trophy, the participation trophies on your fucking wall behind you, you think are accomplishments, but they're not actually accomplishments. They're just participation trophies. Okay. OV cannot be a Fed. Wallace Wisdom, that guarantees you are a Fed. When we say feds, we say glowies. We don't mean that they applied, to work at the FBI and that they went through screening and background and the physical test and they ran the 8-minute mile and they went to the shooting range and they worked on their fucking secret Dakota ring. That's not what we mean. A Fed, a narc, a snitch, call them what you will. It all means the same thing. This is classic retard juice logic. Wallace Wisdom, I don't know, maybe he thinks he's being funny. OV can't be a Fed because he's 5'3". Ask Otto, right? So you take a ridiculous thing and you try to tie it to something else. Otto Pole has met Eki Lux as well as OV. So what the hell does 5'3" have to do with anything? And I think I made a joke about OV's height. I don't even fucking half remember what I said. Like I said, I did that last stream with half my brain tied behind my back. So anyway, all right, so we're going to stop showing that. And then here's where we're going. What's critical to understand is what is this one? Okay. Yeah. When I talk about America declining and the same people destroying America are the ones that have destroyed previous civilizations. This is the kind of thing that sounds like fever sweat crazy. It sounds like flop sweat crazy. But here's a great chart that shows exactly what I'm talking about. The white line at the top is the value of the Roman denarius, which was a silver coin, the primary coin of the Rome in Rome. And as you see the line step down and go down further and go down further, that is the percentage of silver that was in the coin. The Romans couldn't, again, you can't print silver and you can't print gold, but what you can do is put less silver in the coin. You can mix the silver with some other more base metals. And this, over time, from the beginning of Rome to the collapse of Rome, showed that the value of the money really drove the collapse. And the yellow line or the gold line is the value of the US dollar. And at various different points, and I don't know what your screen resolution is or how well you can see this. What if I switch to this? If I make it bigger, that might work. And leave it solo. And I don't know if this is more helpful. But at various points along this line, both the white one and the gold one, it shows different wars, okay? Different wars and different conflicts that both Rome and America were in. And people will say, I'm obsessed with this sort of thing. I don't know, I'm obsessed, but there are obvious parallels. There's an obvious visual parallel there. And you can say, well, we're not really the Romans. We're not the Romans. I assure you, we very much are the Romans. You may not feel Roman. You're not walking around in a toga. You know what I mean? You don't wear sandals. You know what I'm talking about? You're not throwing up Roman salutes and waking up and saying, Carthago delenda est. You don't speak Latin. You don't understand when other people speak Latin. But I'm going to show you, not only economically are we the Romans, but we are Romans in other ways as well. And here is what I'm going to show you, that the modern era and the Roman era are remarkably similar, more than you might imagine. So here's something, most of you are pretty low testosterone, so you might not recognize this. Ha, 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 ha. Look, I insult my audience to get ratings. So where are we at? Here's a great picture. Show me the picture. Okay, here's two guys in a cage match. This is not the UFC. This is a different organization called Bellator, okay, which is a great name, by the way, but it's not as good an organization. So what do we have? We have one guy flat on his back and one guy above him sitting on his chest. But more importantly, if you look here, if you look at the victor, the dominant one, the guy who's winning, okay, his knee is underneath the loser's neck. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this happened, okay, but his knee, his legs, right, and your legs contain the largest and strongest muscles on your body, are wrapped around this guy's neck. And your neck is the most vulnerable point of your body, okay? Go for the throat, okay? So the victor has his strongest muscles around the loser's most vulnerable part of his body, and he's doing some kind of twisty arm bar, break your arm, twist it in a way it's not supposed to go, which is basically all of jiu-jitsu, is just twist the joints of the human body in the way they're not supposed to go. Twist them or push them in the opposite way they're supposed to work. And that, my friends, is the science of jiu-jitsu or joint locks or pain compliance, all of that. It really isn't as scientific as they make it out to be, but this guy in the blue shorts could not possibly be in a more dominant position. And you say, well, okay, look, he's a tattooed, maybe, I don't know if it doesn't look like he's on roids. He doesn't look that big. These are tattooed lunatic, mercenary fighters. They're mercenary gladiators. And yes, they are. And this is, people cry, it's blood sport, it's human cockfighting, it's this and that. And the people that tell you say, well, this is the hybridization of boxing and wrestling and karate and jiu-jitsu and ninja and kung fu. And you know what? They're full of shit. Because literally all of this has been seen before. And I mean exactly before. So let's see. Let me show you that the more things change. Hello. Open up. The more things change, the more they stay the same. There we go. Oh, that's fucking beautiful. Jesus Christ, this is beautiful. I love this shit. So there you go. This is as big as I can make it. I can't make it any bigger. Okay. This is a mosaic from Rome. Okay. So you also have two figures, one here completely dominant over another, except the guy losing is not on his back. He's kind of on his hands and knees or in a fetal position. But also look at the dominant guy. His face is missing. The tiles where his face are and his nose and his eyes are missing. It's a mosaic in the floor of some big Roman house. He also has his leg around the neck of the loser. The winner has his leg around the neck of the loser. And again, how they ended up like this, I don't know. But if you look here in the winner, he also is grabbing the arm of the loser, and he's about to do something exceptionally painful to the guy on the bottom. Now, it's tough for me to figure out exactly how these guys got here, but I'm sure if you were in Rome back then, you would know what that move was called, and you would know that. People would instantly recognize that. And this image, this mosaic, this tile mosaic, would be as recognizable in ancient Rome as the photo I just showed you is recognizable to the UFC MMA crowd. You say, we're not the Romans. I say, we are fucking 100 motherfucking % the Romans. That you don't see it because you are willfully blind, because you are ideologically disposed to ignore reality. Okay, that's your problem. But if you have eyes to see, if you just look at the world, just unfiltered, let your brain take in the information, and you will make reasonable connections. And you will see that everything that's going on today has gone on before, and for the same reasons, because human nature doesn't change. It doesn't change. So this is the point. Mrs. Assad, my son is in Taekwondo. Not sure how old he is. That's not bad, but if he wants to do that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stuff, you should have him do that. Not because it's more practical, but the practicality is that there's more contact, and you get used to muscling other people around, as well as getting muscled around and staying calm, not losing your composure. So if he wants to do that BJJ stuff, if it's available where you live, you should let him do that, because Taekwondo is not as much contact. It's not as good. It's not bad, but it's a little bit dancing around in a bathrobe, counting to 20 in Korean, hoping that no one's going to punch you in the face. The BJJ guys, they actually go at it and wrestle, and you are muscling other people and getting muscled by other people, and it's more. It'll do more to build long-term confidence. I don't suggest you ever do it in the street, because while you're rolling around on the ground, someone's going to kick your head like a soccer ball. But, whatever. Wallace Wisdom, now trying to get in my good graces. James, OV has blocked me because I'm friends with Gone Ops. That's wonderful. That is, it sounds like a romantic threesome. I don't care. You imagine that OV blocking you or not blocking you has some sort of meaning in my worldview. It does not. It most certainly does not. So. We are the Romans. The Roman Empire collapsed, and different retards will say, for different reasons, they'll say ideologically people stopped believing in Jupiter. The cult of Vulcan was insufficiently engineered. Listen, the Romans built aqueducts that carried water 90 miles into Rome from the fucking mountains. 90 miles. Water has to be, in order for water to run, it has to be at a constant 10-degree incline. To do the math, to figure how high up that mountain is, where Rome is, and how to keep that incline at a constant 10 degrees was no small feat. And they did this for 90 miles with no mechanical, with no hydraulics, with no gasoline-powered anything. And to this day, there are, what do they call them? There were little fountains, like little spigots all over Rome that just drip water all the time. And it's the same water that they were getting from back in the day. There's a name for it than they have in Rome. And you could just walk around Rome in the summertime with just an empty water bottle and just go get free water anytime you want in Rome. I can't remember what the name is. They're not spigots. They're called something. There's a specific name that they have for them in Rome. They still work today. So the engineering prowess of the Romans was legendary for a reason. And when you look at America, we can list all the things that are wrong with America, this and that. America still does fantastic things. America still engineers things that are amazing, that are world changing. But we also have this rot and this cancer, and the rot and the cancer is driven by a hostile elite, which hates us and wants us dead, and they're looking to. One of the methods they use to bring us low, to destroy us, to set us against each other, to keep themselves on top is debt slavery and the debasement of currency. When I made that, the stream a while back, money is justice. Aristotle said that, okay? You would talk about fucking Aristotle. Aristotle's been dead 2,400 years. You think I can argue? You think I know how to fucking argue? Aristotle has been dead for 2,400 years, and nobody's beat this motherfucker in an argument. Can you imagine how you want to talk about fucking galaxy brain? You want to talk about fucking galaxy brain? You're dead for 2,400 years, and still nobody can beat your fucking arguments. That's, you know, you got to fucking tip your hat to that one, you know? So understand, you know, for all the flaws that these other cultures had, they still had tremendous accomplishments. The Romans had engineering accomplishments and other accomplishments. But Rome was brought down by the exact same forces and the exact same methods as America is being brought down, and by the same people. That may sound crazy, but it's really not crazy, because when 4th of July comes and Bitcoin is sitting at $75,000 and you're fucking smashing your head against the fucking wall, why didn't I buy Bitcoin? Why didn't we get involved in this? But, and you take out every time you look, every time number go up, your list of fucking excuses gets more and more and more pathetic. Your list of excuses gets more and more and more pathetic. And I don't care, and Bitcoin doesn't fucking care. This thing is going on without you. You can get on and take the ride with us, right? Get in. Listen. Get in, pussy. We're going to destroy the U.S. Federal Reserve. Want to ride along? Well, you don't have to commit. You don't have to sell a kidney, although you have 2 kidneys. You only need one. If you're comfortable only doing X amount of dollars, only do X amount of dollars. Down below, I got the link 3 times. You can copy pasta the link to the Gemini exchange. I put it down below. You can just copy pasta, boom, buy $25, $50, $175, whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever amount that you that you're comfortable with, that's not going to hurt you. Start, begin, do this. Okay? Your shitty fucking Adolf Hitler fucking memes do nothing except put you on a fucking ADL or SPLC watch list and fucking alienate you from everyone you ever met. But if you're the guy who's taking part in the 21st century digital economy and has freedom and has the ability to have fuck you money, literally fuck you money to the Jews, well, that puts you in a very, very, very different position. So that's why you buy Bitcoin. Okay, that's the reason why most people buy Bitcoin, just to have fuck you money. And whether they want to buy a Lambo or I don't care what they want to do. You want to buy a farm and raise sheep or fucking chickens or whatever. You want to have a little house in the woods. I don't know. I don't care why you want to do it. I don't make any ideological litmus test. I don't care why you behave the way you behave. It's only the behavior that matters. It is only the behavior that matters. So that's my argument. Number go up. I made that argument to OV last week. He's like, yeah, let's it. Yeah, let's it. Yeah, let's it. And then boom, the next day, Elon Musk buys $1.5 billion worth of fucking Bitcoin. And number go up from 38 to 48. And we're only halfway through February. When 4th of July comes, and Bitcoin's sitting at $75,000, what's your excuse going to be then? You don't know. Again, I'm not saying sell the house, although, you know, who knows? But you got 2 cars, you don't need them. Look at shit you don't need. Take money you don't need, you know, and become part of this, because everyone's going to do it more sooner or later. But your arrogance and your list of excuses is going to cost you. It's going to cost you. Blah, 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 blah. Greco-Roman wrestling is the only real sport. Well, boxing is pretty real too. Horse Respecter, by the sound of all this, James will kick Duvid's ass. I have kicked Duvid's ass, literally. That's a fucking legend. Go again, somewhere down there is my BitChute channel. Again, look down in the links. Go to my BitChute channel. I have a channel on BitChute where I uploaded the original Athens versus Jerusalem stream, which is like an 82-minute stream that was done on a different channel. I would skip past the first 20 minutes, to be all honest, because it's very slow starting. But from the 20-minute mark to whatever, to the end, you want to see Duvid get his fucking ass kicked? You want to see Judaism get its fucking ass kicked? Literally BTFO'd like nobody's ever BTFO'd it before. That's why when I said earlier, OV knew what the fuck he was getting into when he comes on my fucking stream. You know, and what's he got? He's going to drop N-bombs. He's going to do this and do that. I'm not offended you use N-bombs. I'm around people who say the fucking N-word all the time. I don't give a fuck. I'm not offended by that. Oh, you said the N-word. I don't give a shit. But don't blow up the fucking channel. But he's got nothing. He acts like a 6-year-old child, right? That's what works against mentally ill people whose logic skills are weak. And he knows better. He knows exactly who and what I am. Kyle Rowland, that guy, he's the greatest arguer. I got blocked from his channel. Luke Ford, I blocked from his fucking channel. They wouldn't even let me in because they know I'm going to go in there and I'm going to smash all of them. I'm going to fucking destroy them. I'm the fucking Tyson Fury of blood sports. No one even fucking dares. No one dares. And rightly so, because you're going to lose. You're going to lose. Duvid is always stoned. Well, he can afford to be stoned. Okay. His mother is a lawyer in Detroit. Got him a job. He helps Hispanics sign up for welfare and various different gigs. That's what he does. And then in his spare time, he plays chess against 8-year-old black children and thinks he's like a chess master. Like literally, he has to play against an 8-year-old black child. There's some black dudes that can play chess. You want to see guys that can play chess, go to Washington Square Park. Well, maybe not anymore today, but you remember me losing a debate with Claire Corr badly. Yeah, post links. Not even close to true. Not even Wallace Wisdom. Not even close to true. There's whatever. So this is what Duvid does. Do you think Duvid like went somewhere and applied for a job? Do you think he actually showed up and applied for a job? Have you ever seen him? He's like 4'2". He's like 300 fucking pounds. You know what I mean? He went somewhere. He filled out a fucking job application. He came up with a resume, a cover letter, right? A resume. He sat in front of someone and they said, "Oh, Duvid, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Oh, I see you worked at so-and-so. What were your responsibilities at so-and-so?" Do you think he did that? No fucking way. Mommy got him a fucking job. A job with, whether it's an NGO or some kind of fucking shit or directly with the fucking government. You know what I mean? Come on. Who the fuck are you fucking kidding? Listen, you dumb motherfuckers in the fucking chat. I have already forgotten more than you will ever fucking learn on most every topic. I drove fucking taxi cabs in fucking New York City for like 17 years. Like 3 years at night in the ghetto. I got stuck up, almost stuck up, shot at. They would throw fucking chairs off the roof of fucking buildings. They would throw fucking cinder blocks off the fucking roofs at the fucking cars. I've been through shit you fucking only seen in fucking movies. I fought for control of a fucking loaded gun while driving a fucking car, and the guy fucking ended up flying out of the back of the fucking car. The kid, he was a kid, a 16-year-old kid. I've done shit you've only seen in fucking movies. You think the dumb fucking shit you write in the fucking chat is fucking meaningful? I would fucking bitch smack you fucking either verbally or physically up and down the fucking street. Okay, James, if you could have one thing in the world, would it be either sobriety or height? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, let's do that. See ya, asshole. So, adios. Wallace Wisdom has left the chat. Against his will. So, all right. So, what other thing? I had other things to write down. Oh yeah, I meant to talk about DeSantis in Florida and the reservoir attack. Karen Assad, she saw this on Twitter as well. This is much bigger than, to me, it's much bigger than it appears. There was an attempted cyber attack on the computer system that controlled the the water in Tampa, Florida, or somewhere in Florida, like a fairly decent sized city. There's a way to remotely access the computers and then change the chemical balance of what goes in the waters, I guess, to keep, how much chlorine or whatever, to keep it, to keep the bacteria, out, because they treat all municipal water systems are treated. It's not just, they can't leave it stagnant. Okay. So there was an attack in both in Florida and one in Texas as well. And I've said it before, both Governor Abbott in Texas, although he's in a wheelchair, and Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida are both running for the White House in 2024. Now, I was just in Dulles, and I don't stop in Washington, D.C. I go right past it. But the news is the National Guard is staying in Washington, D.C. until the fall at least, right? 14 days to slow the spread. You remember that? You guys remember that one, right? Well, the National Guard's only going to be there until fall. Literally, the National Guard is going to be ringing Washington, D.C. for the entire 4 years until the next election. And who knows what's going to happen or what's not going to happen. But Ron DeSantis, at the same time there was the reservoir attack, the mayor of Tampa, which is a female, said that we saw people at the Super Bowl who were not wearing masks. They didn't have a mask on, and the police are going to prosecute them. And then, of course, somebody comes up with a still photo from whatever video was there, where the very mayor of Tampa, some blonde woman, is watching the Super Bowl without a mask. And DeSantis, he goes in front. He's going to get in front of the camera. He's like the super wide-shouldered dude and whatever. He's got really good hair. And he's going, well, the White House wants to restrict American freedom of movement, blah, 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 and this and that. And we have the right to watch the Super Bowl and blah, 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 blah. So, and he talks about the Super Bowl and the mask mandate and freedom of movement, like vaguely civil rights, vaguely Bill of Rights kind of speech, but he's pitching it towards the sports ball crowd. You know what I mean? I'm Ron DeSantis. I'll stand up for your right to watch mercenary Negroes throw a ball and catch a ball. But this guy's running for the White House and he's got to figure it out. Now, the real story, the most important story, is somebody attacked the reservoirs. And I guarantee that attack came from outside the United States. I have no proof of this. Mind you, this is entirely my speculation. I'm speculating. But the cyber attack on the reservoir in Florida and in Texas, okay, almost certainly originated outside the United States. And I would say almost certainly originated from one country in the Middle East. What country that is, you can make certain guesses. I will make certain guesses. But this will not be pursued, okay? This will not be, hey, Tom Anderson, what's up, bro? Welcome to the show. This cyber attack, an attempt at a mass casualty event, what used to be called terrorism, will not be pursued, okay? That story is dropped entirely down the fucking memory hole. Someone attempted to poison hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of Americans in Florida. And what does Ron DeSantis talk about? He talks about your right to go watch Negroes throw a ball and catch a ball and run with the ball underneath their arm, okay? So if Ron DeSantis does win in 2024, and I don't know how the election's going to go, but then they may just keep, I don't know if they can keep Biden in there because they're fucking up so bad. And they know they're fucking up so bad. Like it's not even a month into the Biden administration. They're attacking both Texas and Florida. They have identified the future threats to the Biden administration, which is Texas and Florida. And it's really DeSantis, it's Florida. DeSantis, again, he's a better speaker. He's not in a wheelchair. Americans are uncomfortable seeing people in a wheelchair. That's why they never showed FDR that way. But the Abbott people will try to pitch him as the new FDR, the FDR of the 21st century. But DeSantis is the main threat. And what does DeSantis do? Remember, Florida has that anti-BDS law. So if you support boycott, divest, sanction the Palestinian movement to gain civil rights for their people, okay, which is big on American college campuses. You cannot do business with Florida state government. So, and the state legislature passed that entirely. Miami's full of, like the movie Goodfellas, which is one of the best movies ever made. But when Henry Hill marries a Jewish girl, and then she goes to the hostess party with all the Italian women, and one of them's doing her nails, and she says, "Where are you from?" She says, "Oh, I was in Miami." And she goes, "Oh, Miami, that's nice." She goes, "Yeah, it's kind of nice, but it's like you died and went to Jew heaven." Great movie. You got to watch Goodfellas. Fantastic movie. But DeSantis is talking about sports ball, not about his people being poisoned. Okay, his advisors are advising him to do what's popular right now and to fight with the White House. He's gonna take the fight to Joe Biden. Okay, and that elevates his status because if he can fight with the president, that means he's equal to the president and he could be president. This is how they run shit, right? This is how they think this stuff. So. Anyway, but even if DeSantis gets in 2024, all right, even if DeSantis gets in 2024, it's going to be like Trump again. You know what I mean? There's going to be the ideological blind spots like you've never ever seen before. Okay, and as far as Biden starting a war with Iran, which they're desperate to do, I tweeted this out, and because I was thinking about this, now that I have these glasses, right? I have to like tilt them up because if I just leave them on like this and we have to go into different places, hospitals and shit, you got to put a mask on, right? So I put the fucking things over my ears and it ends up when I come out and I pull the mask off, it fucks with the glasses because it grabs these little end pieces. So I have to like lift them up, right? Like that, and then put the thing up, right? So I can take the fucking mask off when I get out of the fucking hospitals. And it annoys the shit out of me. And I was thinking about doing that. And I was thinking about, well, wait, how are we going to go to war with Iran if all the soldiers have to have masks over their helmets, right? They got helmets with straps, those helmets that cover their ears, that have hearing protection built into the helmet. How are they going to fucking do that? Where does the mask go? Do they have to make special masks that go around the fucking helmets? And how does it not slide off? And then now imagine you're in the middle of a battle with fucking ARs going off, like ARs plus fucking big fucking guns, 30 calibers, artillery. You've seen war movies where guys are going, blah, 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 blah. They scream in each other's faces, but it's going to sound like this. What? What? Call the artillery. You know what I mean? What? Call in an airstrike. You know, how are they going to do that with the fucking radios? Their radios are like little. How are they going to do that? How are they going to say call in the airstrike? How are they going to adjust fire for the artillery? How are they going to do this with a fucking mask on? How are they going to march when they're marching off the war and they're waving the flag in your face? They're putting a flag in your face and they're all brave transgender lesbians marching off to Tehran to get those evil mullahs. You know what I mean? With their mask, over their face. How is the staff sergeant going to go left, 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 what the fuck? Are you kidding me? How are they going to show that as propaganda? These brave, carpet munching, transgender, hormone blocking commandos that are going to save our democracy. Like, you're not even going to be able to hear the fucking orders they give, you know? So it's going to be, they are on a level of disaster you can't comprehend, which is why within the first month, they're attacking Ron DeSantis. That shows how fucking disastrous it is. That you cannot imagine how much the fucking gears are going to grind. They are going to throw wrenches. They're going to shoot themselves in the foot. And then they're going to shoot the ambulance driver that comes to rescue them. And then they're going to fucking arrest the hospital personnel for trying to bandage their fucking leg. This is going to be on orders of magnitude incompetence you cannot imagine. 1 month in, and they're attacking Ron DeSantis' water supply. They're attempting to do mass casualty events. And everything you're going to see now for the next 4 years, Florida's got alligators. Florida's got deadly mosquitoes, drug addicts, something, Florida crime, Florida this, Florida that, negative, 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 Florida, negative, 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 Florida, negative, 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 Florida, nonstop, 24/7 in every medium. That's what's going to happen because they're doing it already. They have zero. This is so terrible. It's going to be a long ass 4 years. To be honest, I really hope Kamala Harris pushes Joe Biden off a cliff because at least there'll be a direction. You know what I mean? It won't be, the ship has no rudder. The ship has no rudder. You know. So that's that. NSA, hey, what's up, NSA? Thank you for spending my tax dollars. I drove past your headquarters one time. Saw the big sign that said NSA it was in Maryland. Was it Cumberland County Highway 32 in Maryland or something like that? And they had one police car, black and white police car that said NSA on it. And I thought to myself, man, I would hate to be that cop. You sit in that car, sitting in the police car, like all by yourself. In a police car with like a little with a fucking like a shitty fucking Glock 17 in front of NSA headquarters. Now I can't see down the road because it was summertime. There's trees and stuff. So I don't know what the gate looks like. I have no idea what it looks like beyond the one police car there. But I'm thinking that's the first that I got. Anybody that's going to like take a head-on attack to the NSA, which is not going to happen. But if they did, they would come with a lot of heavy weapons, and that dude in that car would end up like Swiss cheese in faster than you can say right-wing extremist. So anyway, Goodfellas is a great movie. I'm not surprised at all that Jimmy Stewart was. Yeah, it is. It's one of my favorites. And I know a guy, the Joe Pesci character, Tommy DeSimone was the actual guy's name. I know a guy that knew him in Brooklyn, this guy, Carlio, who did 14 years and 10 months for bank robbery. And Carlio's what a character this guy is, man. I would love to like do an interview with Carly and show him to you guys. But Carly's a hell of my God, what a character Carly is. But he actually grew up with the real Tommy DeSimone in Brooklyn, and he told stories about him that was like crazy. But the most famous scene, you're talking about Goodfellas, the most famous scene, they're in the restaurant. Ray Liotta is Henry Hill. He's in a white suit, and they're all sitting around in the Hawaiian themed or the Polynesian themed restaurant. And Joe Pesci's sitting there, and they're all having drinks, right? And Joe Pesci says, "Yeah, we're doing a bank job in Secaucus and whatever." I go hide in the weeds, and the cop grabs me, and he says, he pulls me in. He says, "What are you going to say, tough guy?" And I said, "Hey, go fuck your mother." And he says, "Bang, pow." He says, "Oh man, I wish I was big one time." He said, I wake up, I'm coming out of it, and I see that same cop again. And he says, "What are you going to tell me now, tough guy?" "Thank you. I told you to go fuck your mother." And everybody laughs. And then, like everyone's in tears. It's a hilarious fucking scene. The greatest scene. It's a meme. Henry Hill like this, like going like this, laughing, is a meme all over Twitter and other platforms. So that's a fantastic meme. And the thing is, at one point, the laughter stops, and Joe Pesci, as Tommy DeSimone, says, "Well, hey, what, Henry? What do you mean? What are you laughing at? I'm a clown. I amuse you. I'm here to amuse you." And everybody just stops. They're like, "Oh no, wait, hey, Tommy, no, he didn't mean it. Oh, hey. No, he's a big boy. What did you mean by that?" So Carlio, who actually knew the real Tommy DeSimone, was similar to that. From what Carly told me, and I'm relating what someone else told me, is that they'd go out drinking like like a Wednesday. They'd be drinking all afternoon. They'd be in local bars on 86th Street and stuff, McDonald Avenue, in and around Bay Parkway, Dyker Heights, Brooklyn. And then Tommy DeSimone would show up at your house like 3 days later at 5 o'clock in the morning, bang on your door. And you would know, it was like, "Hey, Tommy, what's up? How's it going? What's going on?" Like in your bathrobe, like, "Hey, Tommy, what's up?" And Tommy DeSimone would say to people, he said, "You remember we were in the bar? you said, and he would say something. Now they're talking about something you said like fucking 4 days ago when you were drunk off your ass, sitting in a bar for fucking 5 hours. You don't even know if you said it or you didn't say it. And he would come to your house, and say, what did you mean by that? And this fucking terrified guys. This absolutely fucking terrified guys. And Carly knew this guy. Now, him and Carly got along great. But Carly had some really interesting stories. Interesting stories from prison. A bunch of interesting stories. But I wish I could sit down and talk with Carly because he's what a character this guy is, and a ton of stories to tell about like all the background of that movie. He knew like a lot of those guys. He knew them, hung out with them, ate with them, drank with them. So I met a fair number of people like that. Back in my younger days. But so yeah, where are we? How many? I'm running out of notes. How long have I been going? An hour and a half already. Look at this. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. So just remember, again, we're in this weird social media world. Nothing, very, very little of what you see is true and accurate. The likes or dislikes of everything. If they're fucking with this channel, which has 29 subscribers, probably one less because I bounced Wallace Wisdom. But you notice when Wallace Wisdom left, the other guy left too, right? Like the other cops, they just go. You know what I mean? They're down at the donut shop now. Whatever the digital donut shop is, wherever that is, that's where they are. Whether it's the gas station or OV's fucking channel or whatever. Surprisingly, they come all as a group, they leave as a group, just like cops, right? So, and you can't notice that pattern, right? So anyway, I think I'm largely done. Let me scroll through the chat, see if I can keep going, because now I just reloaded. Yeah, horse respecter. Like I said, I've kicked Duvid's ass in the past. Greco-Roman wrestling is, Villavera. Listen, Villavera Hodgman Bar, you have to behave in a certain fashion or you will be bounced. You know what I mean? You could be funny. You can criticize me. If it's valid criticism, if it's coming, if it's done in good faith, I don't mind any criticism. But Villa Hamja for you remember me arguing with Wignats again. You're a cop. You're 100% a cop. Okay. Anybody that remembers the streams that have been deleted from 2 years ago, where I did, where I was fucking with OV and all his cop friends. What is it? Vil Jahammer, whatever, some Nordic fucking faggot. Go take an ice bath. And go, whatever. Put on your fucking Viljamar. Listen, okay, Viljamar Hernaber Elifer. You just said Mrs. Assad is a Fed handle if I've ever seen one. You start with that fucking shit. You know what? Not even. Here we go. Enjoy, mute asshole. You're gone. And he's gone. So I've now bounced 2 feds. I don't know if horse respecter is a fed or not a fed, but you will reveal yourself sooner or later. Horse respecter. In other words, we've been fucked for a long time. Yeah, since 1913. You know what I mean? Since 1913. Wrestling is you want to see. Listen. You want to see guys who are insanely strong and athletic. You watch Greco-Roman wrestling. It's ridiculous how strong those guys are. Ridiculous, crazy strong. You cannot not admire them. Okay. Yeah, listen, HIV positive, the chess master race. Here's the thing, chess is bullshit. People act like it's the greatest thing ever, but it's bullshit. There are no consequences for being right or being wrong. You know what I mean? There's no consequences. When you elevate a consequence-free decision to the highest virtue or the highest intellectual achievement. This is inherently fraudulent. It is inherently fraudulent. Okay. Like I played that video or the audio of that guy. Oh, okay, Bitcoin, whatever, it's 45,000 now. You made your point, if Tesla and Bitcoin go down at the same time, it could have a ripple effect on the global economy. Not if they go down at the same time, if they go up at the same time, and they will, and they have, and they will. That's going to have a ripple effect on the world economy because everyone is paying attention to Bitcoin. No one is not paying attention to Bitcoin. Not paying attention to Bitcoin, you are literally not paying attention, right? Where are we? Come on. Show me the picture. Come on, crappy computer. Do what I want you to do. Like I said, this is a meme I've had on my computer for like months and months and months. Months and months and months. Click Chrome tab, Gmail, share. Let's share. Let's all just share. Because no matter what you say, okay, everybody wants this for different reasons. And this is the beauty of this. It doesn't matter what your motivation is. Do you want to destroy the Federal Reserve? No, I just want a Lamborghini. Okay, buy Bitcoin. Do you want to destroy the Federal Reserve? Are you an anti-Semite? No, I'm not an anti-Semite. I just want to own a farm and goats and chickens. Okay, buy Bitcoin. You know, I'm not kidding you. You know what I mean? Do you want to destroy the Federal Reserve? No, I just want, I don't want my savings to melt away due to poor government decision making. Okay, buy Bitcoin. I don't care why you're going to do it, but you're going to do it, and you're going to do it. I suggest you do it sooner rather than later. When I said this last week against OV, he's like, yeah, all shitty fucking arguments, all of which have been fucking dismissed years ago. Bitcoin was $38,000 last week. It's $48,000 this week. Okay, let me do a quick check midstream. Look at this, live updates. Where are we at? I think we might have crashed. Yes, I believe we have crashed. We have the Bitcoin. Sad to tell you that Bitcoin has. Wait a minute. No, what are you telling me? It's crashed to $49,611. It has crashed. Bitcoin. So listen to everyone in the chat. Everyone now kill yourself. I was wrong. Bitcoin has now crashed to $49,611.53. 49.6. We are knocking on 50K. I thought we would get 50K for Valentine's, which, by the way, if for Valentine's Day, if you got chocolates and flowers and a bottle of wine, you got beat. Okay. If anybody really loved you, they would give you Bitcoin. So in the future, ladies, next time your man is in a romantic frame of mind, okay, you don't want Godiva chocolates. You don't want flowers. Chocolate's going to make your ass fat. Flowers are going to die. Okay, wine's going to give you a hangover. Give me Bitcoin. Give me Satoshis. Okay, this is what shows that you love me today and that you will continue to love me in the future. And if you leave me, I will have Bitcoin to comfort me when you crawl out the window like the unmanly cur that you are. Mrs. Assad, Duvid goes to conventions and collects pamphlets. Yeah, that's his attempt at like being social. He has no actual friends. Nobody wants to hang with him. You know what I mean? He can't talk to people. He has to talk to pamphleteers. Who talks to pamphleteers? You know what I mean? Who talks to people handing out pamphlets at the well, they used to hand out the Hare Krishnas. Remember, they used to hand out pamphlets. They were wearing orange bed sheets and wearing yellow mud on their hair and on their foreheads, and they had their head shaved. and they were handing out pamphlets about Hare Krishna, right? And everybody wanted to avoid them. Well, those are the only people that Duvid can interact with. So this is, again, look at what people do. Actions speak louder than words. If the only people that want to talk to you are the people who everyone wants to avoid, that says something. Exactly what does it say? I don't know, but that says something. Right now, everyone looks at Bitcoin and thinks, fuck, could I get rich off this? Is this over? It's not over. It hasn't even begun yet. It's just beginning now. I'm telling you, it's just beginning now. Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy, Elon Musk, and Tesla are just the beginning. The audio clip I played earlier of Wall Street is so concerned. Okay, we got it. Bitcoin's at 45,000. Okay, all right. There's no one else. Hey, that Wall Street is concerned. They're concern trolling you. Hey, America, don't go crazy with this Bitcoin thing. Hey, come on. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. I'm Mr. Wall Street. I'm Mr. Stockbroker. You have to hear that for what that is. Oh, really? All they're trying to get you to do is sell. Do not sell. Do not sell. Buy more. Buy more and then buy more. And if it hurts, buy more still. Buy it because you're an anti-Semite. Buy it because you want to drive a Lamborghini. Buy it because you want to snort cocaine out of the supermodels' ass crack. I don't know. I don't care why you do it. Just do it. The tribe does not own the internet. Bitcoin was invented by anonymous sources. That's all I can determine at the moment. Well, NSA, I believe that. NSA in the chat. I believe that's all you can determine because you are the national security agency and this nation is not secure and has not been secure for quite some time. So yeah, your inability to determine what is a threat based on all the available data, or what is not based on all the available data, has been woefully inadequate despite your extraordinarily bloated budget. Tom Anderson, not buying ETH. I'm buying ETH, not BTC. Yeah, I hate Ethereum, but I don't care. It'll work anyway. Understand I don't think Ethereum will be around in 10 years from now, but as a trade, at least till the end of this year, you cannot miss. Tom Anderson looking at a 10x gainer with ETH, possibly 20. You're right, Tom Anderson. There's literally no way to go wrong right now. The problem with crypto, the problem is most of it's not going to last. If you look back at the 2016 cycle, Bitcoin fell quite a bit from 20,000 to 3,000, but everything else fell percentage-wise more and recovered much more slowly. Bitcoin fell less and recovered much more quickly than all the rest of them, okay? And my point, well, there's another Viking in the chat, which is probably the same Viking that was paranoid Mediterranean. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Another needle-dicked fucking Viking in the chat. Blah, 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 blah. HIV, positive transgender. I've never played chess in my life. People always used to give me chessboards and stuff. Girlfriends would go like, oh, you're smart. You should play chess. I don't want to play chess. It's boring. I used to play with my dad when I was a boy, but it was more for fun. It was more for fun. Do any Orthodox Jews have friends, though? Probably not even amongst themselves. I don't know. I don't know any Orthodox Jews. Although I'm considering moving to Miami because Miami is going very Bitcoin friendly, and I could get the same work I have here down there. So, although I would be literally surrounded by small hats. Oh, HIV positive. Yeah, anytime you get there to play chess, just force yourself to pick up a book instead. You know what? Instead of pick up a book, pick up some barbells. or walk around backwards. HIV positive transgender in the chat. Tom Anderson, secular Jews almost always pal around with Gentiles. Orthodox Jews, though, strike me as people that are incapable of friendship. Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know. But I see a lot of them. I see tons of them all the time at the airport. They fly around a lot. But I don't interact with them in any significant way. But yeah, I've made my argument again. So we will see at the end of this month whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. If NGU, if number go up, that will tend to prove my case. And if you make excuses for why you don't want to do this, whatever, everyone has choices to make in life, and everyone has to live with their consequences. So what I'm suggesting, week to week, month to month, year to year, you can see is improving, and everything else not improving. So this is the reality that we live in. But a lot of people can stay irrational longer than reality will stick around to pay attention to them. But understand, this image you're seeing right now on the screen is far more compelling than any long-winded intellectual argument you're going to make about anything. Because human behavior is not driven by facts. It's driven by emotions. It's driven by opportunism. It's driven by the desire for some sort of gain. And as more and more people figure out that the current system is so rigged, you're never going to win, like never going to win at all. And if you do manage to win, the government's going to take all your winnings from you. So they're gonna choose something else. Tom Anderson, I just bought $500 more ETH. Good for you, Tom Anderson. Just be advised. I look to Christmas this year to unload your bags. Yeah, Tom Anderson in the chat. I'm stacking up on a regular basis in terms of Ethereum. Yeah, dollar cost averaging, you know what I mean? That's the best way to go. So, if you get, while you don't have a lot of money, you got $20 a week, then spend $20 a week. You know what I mean? $20 every Saturday, you're just going to buy. You're going to buy Ethereum, or you're going to buy, again, I'm a Bitcoin maximalist, but if every payday or after every payday or the week after rent week or mortgage week or whatever, you have X number of dollars that you can play with, that you can do something with, buy some Bitcoin and then do that every month. You know what I mean? Whatever that's going to be. HIV positive. I'm stacking up food and water. There's no shortage of that. This is not, we're not doing collective farming in America. We are not at all looking towards collective farming. Most of the farms are corporate run farms. While the prices of food will increase, certainly as inflation hits everything. It's certainly hitting fuel prices right now. In the last, 60 days, as much as Bitcoin has skyrocketed, the price of gasoline has gone from like $1.99 here in New Jersey to like $2.51. So it's up 22% or so in a couple of months. And again, the Biden administration is going to have to deal with this. They're just, it's so bad. They are so fucking screwed. There's no way out of this, and they're only going to make it worse and worse and worse and worse. But food and water will be plentiful. They'll just be very expensive. That's all. So skip the steak and lobsters. Look towards the cheaper proteins. Tom Anderson. Tom Anderson. Here's the thing. You type gas prices are rising due to Sleepy Joe's rejoining the Paris Accords. It has nothing to do with that. You guys keep thinking this is policy driven from something the government does or ideologically driven. It's the money printer. It is the money printer. It is the money printer. It is the money printer. You can print $1 trillion or $2 trillion dollars out of fucking thin air. Out of thin fucking air. Whereas, why didn't say, you know what? Let me fucking, let's see if I can do this. Stand by. Now I'm getting motivated here. Now I'm going to get halfway motivated. A little bit motivated. Where's the guy? Nope. Stand by. I'm scrolling through my phone looking for. Come on, show me the guy. Here we go. Look how crazy. You think I'm Boomer Tech? I am way more than Boomer Tech, son. I am way, way, way more than Boomer Tech. I am beyond Boomer Tech. Okay. We're doing, I'm operating two different devices at the same time. I'm relatively sort of kind of managing what I'm doing. All right. There was an interview on, what the hell was it? 60 Minutes. Here we go. I'm going to show you the picture from this guy. This is a guy. Go to the top. Go to the top. Here we go. This is scare you. This is more for like younger. This is me trying to appeal to the younger crowd. This is me trying to appeal to the people who watch Hollywood movies. My niece. Take a look at this chucklehead. Look at this fucking guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy, and if this doesn't terrify you, underneath this dude, there's a CCTV, like the closed captioning. It says, there's an infinite amount of cash in the Federal Reserve. This is a Federal Reserve. I don't know if he's an FMOC chairman or regional chairman or whatever the fuck he is. Crazy, bald-headed loon. There were movies in the 90s that were like shitty action movies called The Mummy, which had, it was like the last white guy action hero that was like a white guy. I can't remember. But this guy looks like the evil priest in the Egyptian mummy movies. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, don't open that seal. The ancient evil that almost destroyed the Middle Kingdom will be released. No, I will do the ritual. And this is the crazy fucking mummy priest who's going to unleash unholy terror on the peoples of the Nile, right? That's exactly what he looks like. This is like central casting. I'm fucking pouring more fucking ouzo while I'm doing this. All right, I'm fucking like half a bottle down. I drink way too much of this shit, okay? Yeah, right, HIV positive? Yeah, I got this down. You think Brendan Fraser, yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. He did those, this is it. So this was a 60 Minutes interview, and they were talking about saving the economy back and forth. And what can the Federal Reserve do to save the economy? And this is it. This was a screenshot. This should terrify you. This is not, nonsensical magic, pagan spiritual shit. What hyperinflation is going to unleash on a worldwide level will make a supernatural demon look preferable by comparison. This is 100%. I wonder if he wasn't like, this guy missed his calling, right? Everybody 100% sees that. You know what I mean? And it's bizarre that life imitates art or art imitates life, but actually art imitates life. Life has to come first. Art has to follow second. But this should terrify you. An infinite amount of cash means an endless number of dollars. But they cannot print more gasoline. They cannot print hamburger. They cannot print houses, right? Do you understand? They cannot print clothing. They cannot print medicine, not instantly. To grow a cow, to grow calories, whether it's a cow or an apple tree or wheat or whatever, takes time and patience and effort, you know, and you have to, there are bugs that try to eat the apples. There are diseases that attack the cow. All of this has to be done. You have to make efforts all along the way to get those calories, whether it's beef or it's apples or it's wheat or it's rice or whatever, to get that to the people who want it. However, the medium of exchange, which is the US dollar, does not take months or years to create and mature and refine. The medium of exchange, the US dollar, can instantly be printed in the millions, in the billions, in the trillions. And so each and every US dollar has less and less value against the things you must have. You must have food. You must have energy, whether that's electricity in your house, gasoline in your car, fuel, diesel fuel for your tractor, whatever. And that these people, and this was a relatively recent interview on 60 Minutes, are fully committed to printing, and it's actually electronic, it's not even printing, it's electronically, digitally creating as many dollars as is necessary. Any rational person, and again, I've said this, listen, if you want to buy gold, buy gold. You want to buy silver, you want to buy commercial real estate, buy commercial real estate. But most of the people on this channel are not in the asset class. They are in the labor class. And for people who work for a living, who only have, at the end of the week, after their expenses, after commuting and rent and food and this and that and the other, maybe they only got $100 or $50 or $75 to do something with. You know what I mean? And maybe they usually spend it on alcohol or gambling or whatever. I'm telling you, take some of your excess cash, that fun money, and buy Bitcoin with it. Because Bitcoin is more valuable than the gold and the real estate and everything else, in my opinion. In my opinion. And to buy commercial real estate costs millions of dollars. Okay. To buy Bitcoin, you can do it with $25. You can begin to have a stake in the 21st century economy without having a six-figure income. That is the value proposition here. And the value is only going up, right? From October, when I got scammed out of 5.86 Bitcoin, Bitcoin at the time was worth $11,600. I just read to you 5 minutes ago, the price of Bitcoin is $49,600 less than 3 months later. The value proposition is screaming in your face. You don't have to hurt yourself. You don't have to break the bank. You don't have to bet the farm. But for the love of Pepe, the frog, okay, for the need to give the finger to the U.S. Federal Reserve and the people who control it, perhaps you might consider taking a certain portion of your disposable income, and trading those vile, worthless, and every day worth less and less green pieces of paper by the Federal Reserve for something better, for Bitcoin. That's my argument. And I don't think anyone is capable of making a better argument. Yes, Tom Anderson. Wait, now I got to scroll back in the chat because I'm too busy ranting, doing my evangelical thing. You think I'm not an evangelical type, but I am about certain things. Probably, they're talking about the Mummy film, Indiana Jones. The first film was great. Everything else after that, it fell pretty far. HIV positive. Yeah. Okay. Listen, however you warm up to it. HIV positive. I have never seen Star Wars, Star Trek, or Indiana Jones. Wow. That's good for you. Tom Anderson. All right. Well, good. Get motivated. I am glad that my words are having a positive effect on you. Jimmy, am I going to get the Gemini credit card? Yes, I am on the wait list. It pays 3% in cash back in the crypto of your choice. Yes, I most certainly am. I am on the wait list. So as soon as that card comes out, I spend approximately $1,000 a month in road tolls. What else? Cell phone bill, this, that, and the other. I spend probably $1,000 to $1,200 per month every month just to do my job. So I most definitely am on the wait list for that. As soon as I get the Gemini credit card, I'm immediately going to take my rewards in Bitcoin, and 3% of $1,000 every month in Bitcoin for doing what I have to do anyway, like drive to Boston or drive to Dulles or drive to Baltimore, Philly, or whatever. I will absolutely do that every time I pass through the Easy Pass toll reader. You know what I mean? The RFID reader. Every time I do that, I will feel a sense of pleasure and happiness, not a sense of pain and recriminations. You know, just like now when I see Tesla cars, I'm giving those guys thumbs up. I used to laugh at them. Now they're my new best friends. HIV positive, taking a break. Tom Anderson, taking a smoke break. So who's left with me? 7 people. 2 hours I'm doing this. It's midnight. We have passed the witching hour. I think, though, I'll chill for a bit because Tom Anderson and HIV positive, they're 2 decent guys. They're nice guys, friends of this show. I don't want to bail on them and they come back from their cigarette break. They're like, oh, what's he going to say next? And all they're hearing is the crappy Greek disco music playing the outro. But yeah, again, everybody that's still here, just for me, just for my ego's sake, smash up that like button. You know what I mean? Hit that like button, smash it as hard as you can, punch it like you're punching a rootless cosmopolitan elite with no legal consequences of doing so. You know what I mean? Hit that like button. Share this as long as you're not a Fed. You know what I mean? Make at least make the YouTube algorithm work harder to make me think that only 25 people are watching this stream. Because it's funny, even back when the channel was 14, supposedly was 14 subscribers, I was getting 35 views in the video. So now I got 29 subscribers and I'm getting 120 views on videos. I don't know if this video is going to get 120 views, but when I look at that disparity, when I look at that the math doesn't add up. 2 + 2 is always 4. 2 + 2 is never 5. You know what I mean? And YouTube math, the mathematics of what's the word I want? The mathematics of blah 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 of come on. Oh man, now I'm drinking too much. The mathematics that suppresses free speech. What is the word for suppressing? The mathematics of censorship. Holy Christ, that word eluded me. The mathematics of censorship is 2 + 2 = 3, right? And 2 + 2 does not equal 3, it equals 4. So they got 29 subscribers. I had to kick a couple of feds tonight. They probably won't come back. They'll seek greener pastures with, whatever, 13-year-olds. That's probably one of the things I tweeted or retweeted, I should say. I did not think this up originally, but somebody tweeted, one of the accounts I follow tweeted that journalism, or woke journalism specifically, searches out the furthest corners of the internet to find stupid posts by 13-year-old boys that they hold up as an example of the fact that there are Nazis all across the United States or some shit like that. And it's really just the most retarded thing that the dumbest 13-year-old can post on the internet. and they use that to create a false impression of who's online and what they're doing and what America really looks like. And they would arrest these kids. They would arrest them, but you can't arrest 13-year-olds. Like that's the optics, the visuals of that, the negative propaganda effect of that is too great. Of arresting underage boys for posting stupid shit online is they're just not going to fly. Okay, so that's what most of woke journalism is, and that is absolutely true. And even these feds, that's what they're trolling all these, like 13-year-old kids. They're really who knows this 13-year-old kids in chats all over the place with all kind of weird avatars and the dumb shit they say. But I'm sure the cops, who are all Vikings with all those stupid Viking names, in the chat are, they wish they would arrest 11-year-olds. They would arrest 12-year-old boys. Of course they would. They fucking, if it would get them a promotion, if it would get them a fucking increase their fucking rank, of course they would. You know what I mean? These are not people who love the Constitution. These are not people who love America. These are people who love their paymasters. Whoever pays them X to do whatever scummy thing they have to fucking do, they will do. And that's why we have to destroy the U.S. Federal Reserve. And up until 2009, there was no way to do that. There was no way to escape it. Everybody had their price, and you had to play their game. And we don't have to play their game anymore. This is what is really exciting. This is what is revolutionary. Whether your idea of revolution is you want a different culture and society and different people in charge and different values and different ideals, maybe that's your idea of revolution. Other people's idea of revolution is you're not going to be driving a Toyota Camry. You're going to be riding a Lambo and snorting cocaine out of a supermodel's ass crack. Whatever your idea is, I don't care. But I want it to go forward, and that's the way I look at world events now, and that's the way I look at all of this. So everybody who bought Bitcoin, congrats. I hope you feel good. You should feel good, and you will feel better as this year goes on and on. And every time you want that good feeling again, buy more Bitcoin. Tom Anderson, look at him. $1 million BTC is not out of the realm of possibility 10 years from now. Much sooner than that, Tom Anderson. Much sooner than that. Probably by 2026 and maybe sooner still. I'll go into that at a later date. We're already, how long have I, Christ on a mini bike, or Jesus Christ walking with a cartoon frog. Jesus Christ and his little cartoon frog friend. I'm already in this 2 hours and 8 minutes. So to the 6 or 5 or 27, however many people I actually have in the chat, let's remove this dude. I want to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for sticking with me for a couple of hours. And I will talk to you again next week, Saturday or Sunday, depending on where I am on the road and whatever. Thanks for showing up. I'm going to play the outro music, and I will talk to you guys again in the future. Stop cam.